Rev up your engines!
Polymox says, hey Scotty, thanks for your advice about a 2006 Toyota Matrix, 160,000 miles. Does driving with the OD off save gas? No, it uses gas. The overdrive is overdrive. You want to keep the overdrive on because when it gets into OD, it goes into the next gear and that makes the engine spin less. It operates at a lower RPM. You want to keep the OD on. That's to get better gas mileage. Also, when I start, does it squeak near the Serpentine belt? Okay, that's a 2006 Matrix. A lot of times, you just need a fan belt. Replace the fan belt. But if that doesn't fix it, the automatic tensioners on those wear out. It's a design flaw. You would change both the belt and the automatic tensioner, because the automatic tensioners do get weak on those and squeal. You can get an aftermarket. When I buy them all the time at AutoZone, they're half the price of the dealer one. They work perfectly fine. Fila, uncensored. Are you ever going to talk about Nissan Muranos, 2010 to 2019? Okay, I'm talking about them now. I'm not a fan of Nissan. After Renault bought the company early 2000, the quality's gone. And the Muranos, hey, they're a cheaper SUV. I mean, if you want a cheap SUV and you buy a new one, it might last a few years, you know, it might last 80, 90,000 reasonably trouble-free, but, you know, they don't hold up like a Toyota or a Honda. Check the resale values, they're cheap. I've had customers buy those Muranos, really dirt cheap used, but then they fell apart if they kept them for 10, 12 years, or if they put another 80, 90,000 miles, it cost them a fortune, so they're not a long-term vehicle, really. Jason Barkov says, what are your thoughts on a certified pre-owned 2016 Volvo V60 cross country? Volvos are money pits as they age, but they're good for a certain amount of time. That said, realize that a Chinese company now owns Volvo, and they said that they're only going to make electric and electric hybrid cars in the future. So, I wouldn't pay much money for a used Volvo SUV that they're not going to be making anymore. Parts are already expensive enough for those things, and if they start making the parts, stop making the parts for them. After all, it is a Chinese company now. They don't have to take care of the things that they made when they were making them in Sweden. I personally wouldn't pay much money for it. They're money pits as they age anyway, and with them not making normal gasoline cars in the future, I wouldn't pay much for one. Abram Alston says, hey Scotty, what do you think about MagnaRide suspension? They ride really well. When you put that much technology into a vehicle, it can ride well. But with that kind of technology comes a hefty price when they break down, because all that stuff that's computer controlled, electronically controlled, hydraulically controlled, that stuff costs a lot of money to build right, and when they break, they cost a ton of money to fix. In the past, when Mercedes did that, I saw a lot of people try to go to regular systems. When theirs broke, they would say, oh, I see that KYB makes a kit that you can replace them with. I'm going to do that because I don't want to spend $4,000 replacing the struts on my car. So you can have that technology, and it works quite well when it works, but when it breaks, woo, good luck paying for it. Jose Torres, Scotty, in the battle of the box vehicles, what's best? Kia Soul, Honda Element, Scion XB, or Jeep Renegade? I've got an Element and I love it. Okay, well, you picked a really good one. Between those, I'd say the Elements and the Scion XBs are the best ones. And really, the Elements were the first one to come out. As you get old, you picked a really good one, having a Honda Element. I got a customer with an Element that's a standard transmission that has 300,000 miles on it. It will still burn rubber in all 5 gears. So, I mean, those things are solid built vehicles. You want a vehicle like that? They are solid. Garza OP says, what's your thought on pop-up headlights and how to keep them working? The reason they went to pop-up headlights was aerodynamics, because in the olden days, they all had those square headlights, and so if they're hidden in the daytime, the air flows over better, and then at night they pop up. Well, that's all a complete waste of time these days, because now the headlights are part of the body. They're molded plastic, and they fit right flush with the fender, so you don't even have to think about it. It's a thing of the past. But if you have a car that has pop-up headlights, what you want to do is they pop up, and there's your normally arms going to a motor linkage. Lubricate that all the time with like spray lithium. That's a very good lubricant, because you want to keep them lubricated. And most of them are electronic. The electronic ones, you want to make sure all the seals where they plug in electronically are nice and strong, and that the rubber hasn't ripped, and then dirt and dust can get in inside and corrode them. And if you don't use it, because it's kind of a classic car, do use them every once in a while, because they will lock up from non-use if you don't use them much. So if it's a toy vehicle, you can take it on parades or use it on the weekends. Even if you don't drive it much at night, they drive around with headlights on sometimes, because you want them going up and down so they don't lock in one place. So if you never want to miss another one of my new car repair videos, remember to ring that bell.